Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Gorlock Sports Network. My name is Kellen Furmanek, and I'm joined by
Matt Rumping.
And it's a beautiful day here in East St. Louis. The winter weather still lingering in April. The nice, cool day in East St. Louis with Eli Rampala Matthews on the mound getting us started. The first pitch will be fouled back. Today's matchup will be your Webster University Gorlocks facing off against the Blackburn College Beavers. The Beavers looking for their second conference win on the season. The Gorlocks trying to keep up their hot streak. Currently sporting a 9-1 record. Took their first conference loss this weekend as Kearney Flies went out to Hearts for the first out. Webster traveled all the way out to MUW. It was a high-scoring matchup on both ends. 16-13 win game one, 9-13 loss game two, and a 21-8 run win the third. Gorlocks sporting 11 homers in those three games. We talked earlier in the season about, the home run potential of this lineup after the first homestand, the first Webster Invitational. The only team to not hit any homers. Well, there's no question about it now. We've seen what this lineup can do. As Kanji grounds one over to first. An easy play for Lanier. The star of the show, Adam Mosier, taking home SLIAC Hitter of the Week honors. Throughout the weekend, clubbing 4 homers, including a 3-homer, 8 RBI bout, Game 3. Just an excellent weekend in Mississippi for Mosier. Now the last chance on the inning, Andrew Medina. The 0-1. Be just away. This is Eli's second start of the season. He's been in the key relief role for the Gorlocks, going 26 1/3 innings, sporting a 3.76 ERA. Well, he'll have a clean 1-2-3 first. As a slow liner to Hippis ends the inning, we head to the bottom of the frame. We'll be right back. On to the bottom of the first. The Gorlocks will face Royce Kanji. Kanji, the best hitter in the Beavers lineup this season. Not in the lineup today as he's on the mound for his 6th start of the year. Has a 5.72 ERA, but don't let that fool you. His peripherals are pretty good. Only a 1.24 whip, as he's got just 5 walks from 4 hit by pitches at 22 punch-outs. but it won't matter as Theodore rips one up center. It'll find a good spot in the outfield and go all the way to the wall. It takes a hop off too. Theodore, a good round, being over the 3, and it's a stand-up triple for James Theodore.
Theodore absolutely smoked that one off the bat, 100 miles an hour, and it looked almost as if Carney was going to make the easy play, but the ball just kind of curved out to his left, and it ended up getting past him, and he had to retrace his steps and go all the way to the wall.
One pitch in, the Gorlocks have their first run just 90 feet away. His first pitch to Trissel finds the zone, and before he could even give me the chance, hats off to Theodore. He's had himself one heck of a stretch. A slow start for his standards has turned into an absolutely monster season in conference play. Before coming into this one, had a .455 batting average against conference opponents in 10 games with 13 stolen bases. Now you can add a triple onto that. As he tries to run the first run of the game, and he'll do just that, as unable to glove it at first is Medina, still getting the out, but scoring Theodore.
Yeah, it looked like Medina might have been a little bit too focused on Theodore, wasn't able to make a clean play. Luckily for him, he got the first just before Trissel was able to get there.
Theodore was holding up, too. There's one gone for the man of the hour, Adam Mosier. So watch the first one fall in for a strike. Again, we talked about in the last inning, reigning SLAC Player of the Week. He's also having a monster run of his own as he hits a sharp grounder to short. Throw to first is in time. 105 off the bat, but Lander is able to make the play.
Now batting for the Gorlocks, number 13, Dalton Groves.
Last chance on the inning will be Dalton Groves. Groves throughout the entire season has been so consistently good. Has the highest overall batting average of .378. 12 extra base hits on the season. Consistently stayed above that 1,000 OPS mark as well. And on top of all of that is the Gorlocks backstop. You'll always take those kinds of numbers from such a premium position. The 2-1. Slow roller over to second. Flip to first is in time. That'll do it for the inning, but the Gorlocks strike first thanks to a leadoff triple from James Theodore. As we head to the second, we'll be right back. Paula Matthews into his second inning of work. Had a clean first. You mentioned it's only his second game started of the season, but he is no stranger to the starting role. Was the third starter last year for Webster. As the first pitch is a grounder. Lanier backhanded, throws it to first after a bit of a tumble, but he's able to make the grab. Eli, a nice cover. I'm not sure if you saw that, but Harbaugh gave him a high five when he was running out the play.
I don't know if it was a high five, maybe trying to knock it out, Alex Rodriguez style.
It would be a bit late for that as a few seconds after the play. There's one gone for Jordan Kelly. First pitch is downstairs. Kelly's batting out of the DH spot today. The 1-0 grounded to second. Toss to first in time. 3 pitches and 2 outs for Eli.
Now batting, number 46.
So far has made quick work of the top 5 of the Beavers lineup. Mazarigos, 2 outs and a clean slate. We'll try to get something started for Blackburn. First pitch taken in. Mazarigos, one of a few redshirt freshmen getting some good playing time on this Beavers lineup. He's been very solid, a 367 batting average on the year, 533 slugging. Has a 3.45 slash line. However, that's only over 30 at bats. The 2-1 to the left fielder. Chopped it off himself. It rolls back in play. Throw to first is not in time. And Coach BK coming out to have a talk with the umpires. It looked like it clearly went off of off of Mazarigos there. And it looks like the umpires will reconvene. I mean, I just don't see how a ball moves like that. It was a few feet out of play and then makes a crazy bounce back in. That can only happen if it goes off of somebody's cleat.
Yeah.
You see BK pointing at the same spot, too. A few feet out and then pointing back in. And judging by his reaction, the call will stand.
Now batting, number 23.
Wow.
Diego Perez.
So the inning will continue with Perez. It was a good heads-up play
Yeah.
by Groves. You can never assume a ball is dead. Almost got the out at first. But the show goes on for Diego Perez. So the pitches will be inside. Perez the backstop for today's affair. Perez in 6 conference games, batting .412, on base of .500. Has the second most hits in conference games, right behind Royce Kanji, who's not in the lineup but on the mound for Blackburn this afternoon. 2-1 taken low and away. Bears count on Perez. And he'll take his base.
Now batting, number 2, Brett Lander.
Walk issued to the 7-hole. Now bring up the shortstop, Brett Lander. You know, that's something that Eli's struggled with this year, the free passes. He's able to pick up strikeouts, got 25 on the year, but coming into this one, 14 walks and 8 hit by pitches. The strikeouts have helped him escape some big jams. He's good for a sub-4 ERA over 26 innings. The 0-1 chopped to third. Hippis sends it over to second, and they get the force there. A nice play by the hot corner. Gets the Gorloks out of a tight spot as we head to the bottom of the second. Score remains 1-0. Nick Wroblewski will start off the second. Trying to add some more runs to the Gorloks' lead. These two teams faced off a few weeks ago. The Gorloks come a 1-0 victory, so ahead of schedule this game. It's the 1-0, finds outfield grass. Wroblewski getting a good spot, and they'll have their leadoff man aboard.
Now batting, number 19, Reed Hippis.
That'll hand it off to Reed Hippis. Helped get the last out of the second inning. He's had a great year, batting .358. The sophomore has really solidified himself in this Gorloks lineup. Also clubbed a homer in the MUW series this weekend. Runner takes off, swing and a miss, throw down, will beat him. Wroblewski caught stealing. Good pop time by Perez. be another discussion between BK and the home plate umpire. Call stand again. So there's a clean slate now for Hippus, 1 out. Second caught stealing on the season for Wroblewski. After a foul ball, Hippus down the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Chopped foul. Hippus is slugging .641 against conference opponents. He's recorded 7 extra base hits, but he tips one into the mitt for strike 3.
Now batting, number 0, Talon Hutchings.
Last chance on the inning will be Talon Hutchings. Talk about how Reed earned that starting spot, but what about Hutchings? Usually came in for as a defensive replacement for the Gorlocks, but now has earned his starting role. All 9 of his starts coming in conference play, and he's shown what he's got. Over those conference games, .353 batting average, a 765 slugging, and the second highest OPS in conference play, right behind Wroblewski. The 2-1, not able to find it. Sits in at a hitter's count. Swing and a miss. A big hack from the second baseman brings the count to full. No one on, 2 outs. Here's the payoff. A sharp rounder, and it gets through the infield. Lander doesn't even try for it. In the same spot as Nick, Gorlocks have another hit.
Now batting,
And the
number
baton is handed off to Matt Lanier. Show goes on. Lanier takes a big hack, but goes just off the tip. So Hutchins taking off. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Lanier down the count, 0-2. Kanji trying to get out of the inning unscathed. Here's the pitch in the turf. Wind blowing out deep to center field. It's been going in all different directions this afternoon. But it's always been pointing towards that low right field wall. Which was the exact spot Lanier hit his first collegiate hit. Sent it well over the fence for a homer a few weeks ago. The 2-2 to the freshman. Away. A great battle for Matthew. 8th pitch of the at-bat. Man on first, 2 gone. Here's the payoff. Taken away for ball 4. An excellent plate appearance for the freshman.
Now batting, number 27, Ryan Hartz.
So up now be Ryan Hartz. Hartz batting out of the 9-hole. The runners will be going off the crack of the bat. First pitch, sharp grounder, and he'll get through for a base hit. Being waved around, there will be no play at the plate. As Ryan Hartz on the first pitch he sees, brings in the second run for the Gorlocks.
That's the third out of the 4th Gorlocks hits that have been right third base short side gap into left field. All of them except the triple from Theodore have gone right out there.
The show goes on for James Theodore. First pitch inside. Theodore over 44 at-bats before coming into this game. Had a .455 batting average, and that ball will hit him. So James will take his base, and there are ducks on the pond for Braden Trissel.
Now batting, number 40, Braden Trissel.
Trissel's been very solid. Try to add even more insurance for the Gorlocks. He takes one inside, finds the inside part of the plate for a strike. Trissel's got some very interesting numbers. He's got 5 homers and 2 triples, but no doubles on the season. And he grounds one up Broadway, and that'll get through for a base hit. In comes Lanier. Right behind him is Hartz. There will be no play at the plate. And a long 2-out rally continues as Trissel drives in 2 more.
Batting, number 9, Adam Mosier.
And we will have a mound visit from Blackburn. We've already seen some action in their bullpen. It's a doubleheader, so got to be mindful of the bullpen. Fortunately for Blackburn, their last series will be delayed later this season. So there's not too much wind out of their sails, as they were scheduled to face Lyon, who currently sits at the top of the SLAC standings. Both runners taking off. Throw will be to third, and it goes into the outfield. Theodore will come in to score. Throw to third won't be in time. And the double steal works perfectly for the Gorlocks. Now it's 5-0.
Yeah, the speed of this Gorloks team, Callan, is paying dividends. It is lethal, especially when you have multiple runners on and you can effectively pull something off like that.
Mosier's still up and good in the count. Talked about it before this game started. The speed has been the key for the Gorloks in conference play. Before coming into this one, 31 stolen bases to opponents, just 3. Throw to first, will be in time. Mosier thought he beat it. So that'll end it, but a crooked number put up by the Gorloks in the bottom of the second makes it 5-0 as we head to the top of the third. We'll be right back. It's a tall hill to climb for Blackburn, down 5-0 in the third. First pitch grounded foul by Austin Wood.
Good play there by the third base coach for Blackburn.
Yeah, he did range over a long way from his position. The 0-1. In there. Fooled Wood. Leaned in. The count is quickly 0-2. Here's the pitch. And it hits him. Eli loses the second baseman. Blackburn will send it to the top of their lineup. So Carney will be up next. First pitch popped out of play. Next one is in there. Senior's batting .286 in conference play as he strikes out for the 7th time in conference play. Big punch out for Eli, and there's one gone. Next up will be Joey Kanji. Redshirt freshman. He's been one of the key hitters in SLIAC games. Picked up 7 RBIs and 2 homers, both the most on the team. And he finds himself up in the count 2-0. Make it 3-0. Let's see if he has the green light. He'll take it and he'll take his base. 4-pitch walk from Rapala Matthews.
Now batting, number 31.
Adds some trouble to the paths. So next up will be Andrew Medina. Someone's car alarm was going off for a second there. Did you hear that?
I did.
And that ball gets away from Groves. Both runners will advance. It skipped in the dirt. Shocking that Medina didn't get hit by that pitch. That'll be charged as a wild pitch to Eli. Now there are 2 men in scoring position for the first baseman. The 1-0 is taken high. 6 straight balls from Impala Matthews. Medina forced a swing, fouls into the back net. This weekend, the Gorloks will face off against the Red Devils of Eureka College in a 3-game set. Doubleheader on Saturday and a third on Sunday. The Red Devils just blew out Marantha College 32-0 in yesterday's matchup. The 3-1, another batter lost. And the bases are juiced for Landon Harbach.
Number 17, Landon Harbach.
And the freshman's one of the last guys you want to see up to the plate in this kind of situation. So we'll have a mound visit. On the season, Harbach batting .410 with a .511 on base. He's making a running for a Newcomer of the Year honors. Paula Matthews will get back to work. Woods at third, Carney at second, Medina at first. The 0-1, the first pitch will be in there for a strike. That pitch fouled back. It's Kanji at second. And the count is 0-2 to Landon. Big pitch for Eli. Here it comes. Just outside. A nice looking pitch. A good eye by Harbaugh. Makes it 1-2. Good take. The freshman fighting back. Making it a quality at bat. The 2-2. Inside. From 0-2 to full. A big pitch here in the top of the third. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the payoff. Grounded over to first. Throw to second. They'll get the out there. Throw to 1, and the ball gets away. No throw to home, and 2 runs. Score on the fielder's choice. So Harbaugh brings in 2 as he stands on 1. That's a pretty good scenario for Blackburn. And that'll be the end of Rapala Matthews' day. And the Gorlocks will turn to the bullpen. We'll be right back. Kendall Horton, the new man on the mound in the third. As he tries to shut the book on this inning. Jordan Kelly with 2 outs and a man on first will look to keep it going. 1-0 taken in there for a strike. Kind of slower start on the season for Kendall, but you know he can turn it up. Last year with Fontbonne, her 3rd team All-SLIAC in baseball, I must add, because he's a 2-sport athlete here at Webster, both basketball and baseball. Started a few games this year for the men's basketball team. Very, very good defensively. tries to help the Gorlocks on the mound. Count 2-all to Kelly. Here it comes. Fly ball into left field. Getting under it is Hippis in foul ground, and he makes the catch. So that'll end it, but Blackburn gets their first runs on the game thanks to a fielder's choice and subsequent error. As we head to the bottom of the third, score now 5-2 Webster. The Gorlocks, after a clean first 2 innings, giving up 2 runs in the third, would love some more insurance after coming off a 4-run second. Starting things off will be Dalton Groves. As he chops one down the line, and that'll be fair. Go to the Gorlocks bullpen. Throwing off the helmet, Groves, an easy double to start the inning off for Webster. I don't think I'd be able to count on one hand the amount of doubles that Dalton Groves has hit to his own bullpen out there.
It's definitely a significant number, Kellen.
He's very good at hitting down the line, proving it right there.
I don't think the Blackburn defenders expected that to stay fair. It looked like they kind of paused, thinking it was foul ball. And
It's tough.
it is.
Especially for Mazarigos in left. You know, had to judge whether or not that one was going to the wall or going towards the bullpen. With a weird bounce, they had no chance of getting Groves. So the Gorlocks will start the inning with a man in scoring position. Nick Wroblewski up next. As he chops one, finds the same spot he did in his last at-bat. Groves will hold up at third. And it's another hit for Nick Wroblewski.
One thing's for sure, Kellen, they are really making Mazaricos work out there and left.
Yeah. Wroblewski making his case for Slag Player of the Year. He's been excellent. Batting well over 400 now. Started this game with a 1,300 OPS. He's over 800 points on his slugging. The first pitch to Reed Hippis will be outside, but finding that outside part of the plate for a strike. We'll see if he tries to put down a bunt. We've seen Gorlocks do that in these situations, but there's a line out to third, and they got him at first. Caught sleeping, Wroblewski late to get back to the bag, and a huge double play for Blackburn.
Now batting, number 0, Talon Hutchings.
Oh my. So this frame flipped on its head. Blackburn still needs to get one more out, and Talon Hutchings. The first pitch he sees, he puts one in right beautifully. The Gorlocks will get another run thanks to a 2-out single from Talon Hutchings.
Now batting, number 22, Matthew Lanier.
The show goes on for Matt Lanier. First pitch. Another first pitch swing and another first pitch hit for the Gorlocks. Being waved to third as Hutchings. Throw there will not be in time. Lanier heads into second. And the Gorlocks keep it rolling. Batting out of the 9 will be Ryan Hartz.
Ryan Hartz.
Hartz drove in a run, 2 outs in his last at bat. Let's see if he can do it again. First pitch, big swing and a miss. The Gorlocks have been attacking Kanji on his first pitches. The 0-1. Taken away. Ball handled by Perez. Well, you do have an open base at first. James Theodore stands on deck. So far has had Kanji's number. There's a big cut from Hartz, bringing the count to 1-2. Both runners will be going off the crack of the bat. Trying to stop the bleeding is Royce. Here it comes. That one given a drive to left center, but it should be playable. Getting under to make the grab will be Carney. But the Gorlocks bring in another run. Talon Hutchings, a 2-out single to right, makes it 6-2 Webster as he sends us to the top of the 4th. We'll be right back. 3 straight scoring frames for Webster has made it 6-2 as Horton enters his first full inning of work. First pitch to Mazarigos will be a strike. The 0-1 chopped up the middle. High bounce, throw to first is in time. Trissel making it look easy.
Mazarigos wasn't really running at full speed there. I don't know if something happened or he was just kind of jogging his way to first. Probably could have beat it out if he was running in full speed.
Definitely not an easy play, and yeah, gotta wonder. But the show goes on. Diego Perez up next. Takes the first pitch away. I wonder if it was his foot from the last at-bat.
Hey,
The only-
it very well could be.
The only hit coming from the one that bounced off his foot but went back in play. It was not called for a foul ball. Perez up in the count, 3-0. And Horton wants a fight. But he loses them on 5 pitches. Blackburn will have a base runner.
Now batting, number 2, Brett Lander.
Brett Lander up next. Sizable lead by Perez. He's got to be careful, though, as Roves very good at the back pick. A slow roller, takes a weird spin. Throw to first is in time. Great play by Hippis running in.
Now batting, number 26, Austin.
It's in on the hands of Lander, and that caused it to take a strange hop on the infield. But still an excellent play by the third baseman. Now there's 2 gone with the man in second for Austin Wood. Wood got hit by a pitch. Well, down 0-2 against Eli. The 1-0. Chopper up the middle. Throw to first. Good scoop at 1. Nice pick by Lanier will end the inning as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Score still 6-2 Webster. James Theodore, the leadoff man, will lead off the fourth. Against a new man on the mound, Cannon Dempsey. So Kanji's day is done. First pitch will be a strike. Let's see if Dempsey has any luck against Theodore. Theodore 1 for 1 on the day with a triple and a hit by pitch. And he drills one to left, and nope, it won't happen. Theodore, another hit.
Pretty quickly found out your answer there, Cullen.
He is on an absolute tear these last few weeks. Braden Trissell is up next. First pitch is down low. And you know, it's one thing, you know, in conference play, he's got 22 total bases, right? Talon Hutchings leading the charge in that category, and Wroblewski with 26. So only 4 behind them in that stat. However, 13 stolen bases, 13 for 14 in just 10 conference games. And that's still below his usual rate of stolen bases. It's crazy to think about. So don't count him out on the Pats, because there's a very good chance he steals second as he takes off. Throw down will not be in time. Just ridiculous. It always feels like you know it's going to come to when he's on first, when he gets a single or takes a walk. Everyone in the ballpark knows he's going.
It feels like road of the show when you have a guy that's super fast. You just know that he's going to go. You're going to make him go every time. That's just how it feels like with James Theodore.
So Trissell as a man in scoring position. He shows bunt and places a beautiful one down, no one covering first. And it's another bunt single for Trissell. Trissell has quite a few of those this season. There are men on the corners for Adam Mosier.
Now batting, number 9, Adam Mosier.
Trissell's hitting has also been very impressive. He can go for the long ball and place down beautiful bunts just like that. Completely fooled the infield. First pitch to Mosier, finds a good gap in the infield. That'll score Theodore, and it's 7-2 Gorloks. Another first pitch hit for Webster.
Now batting, number 13, Dalton Groves.
All aboard the hit express for Webster. Dalton Groves up next. First pitch. Taken high and in. Groves 1 for 2 today with a double. His 13th extra base hit of the season. Went to the Gorloks bullpen. Both runners taking off. Throw down to third. Will get him. Trissell caught at third. I think Coach BK trying to argue his case that he was able to get around the tag on the slide. He's got some words. So a double steal unsuccessful. 2-0, high fly into right will be a foul ground and out of play. Over towards the grill house. Groves in his last at bat hit one towards the bullpen. I always love whenever a live ball goes towards their bullpen because they all scatter.
Yeah.
They just go everywhere. You don't know where they're going to go. Sometimes they hop over the fence into the grass. Other times they try to run towards the mound, the bullpen mound. It's a sight to behold. The hitter's count for the catcher. He shoots one. Mosier jumps over it and finds outfield grass. Being waved around is Adam, and it gets by the center fielder. Groves on his horse, heading into 3 as it goes all the way to the wall. He's stretching for home, and there will be no play at the plate. It's a Little League homer for Dalton Groves. And it is 9-2 Gorloks.
Man, Kellen, we've seen some funky plays today.
Now batting, number
It's been an
8,
interesting game for sure.
Bluski.
It looked like Carney was trying to gun down Mosier at home, but forgot to pick up the ball.
Yeah.
So with a clean slate, up steps Nick Wroblewski. The Gorloks have scored in each of their frames. Rearing to put up another crooked number here in the 4th. Wroblewski already 2 for 2 on the day. The 2-0 nearly hits him. The top of the lineup currently 9 for 13. As Wroblewski swings 3-0. Can't blame him. He's one of the Gorloks that will most certainly have the green light. Hitters count to the DH. Does he go around? He does. That was a 3-2, called for strike 3.
Now batting, number 19, Reed Hippus.
So that was not a 3-0. That was the 3-1 before then, and that was a strikeout. And there's 2 gone for Reed Hippus. First pitch, taken inside. It's too busy talking about the crazy numbers from the top 5 of this lineup today. I forgot the count. As the 1-0 lifted high in the air and left, could be in no man's land, but a nice running grab coming all the way from short. Lander makes the catch, but the damage has been done. A 3-run 4th highlighted by a Little League homer from Dalton Groves. As we go to the top of the 5th, score now 9-2 Gorloks. A lot of work to do for this Blackburn lineup. Harley Carney steps up first as they face a 7-run deficit in the middle innings. Kendall Horton onto his second full inning of relief. Came in for Paula Matthews in the third. The 2-0 chopper up the middle. Having to wait for it is Trissel. Throw to one is not in time. High bounce works out for Carney and the Beavers. There was nothing Trissel could do there. He just had to wait for that ball.
Now batting, number 38, Joey Kanji.
So now Joey Kanji has a man on the base paths. First pitch taken away. Opponent's just 3 for 8 on stolen bases against Webster. So we'll see if Carney tries to test the arm of Groves. The 1-1 swing and a miss. Kendall looking for his first punch out of the day. The 1-2, foul back. Pitch to the red shirt. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. First K of the day for Kendall.
Now batting, number 31, Andrew Medina.
Andrew Medina up next. Runner stays put. First pitch up high. Walk his first time up as there's a hit and run, but it'll be fouled off. Carney will retreat back to first. Gordon tries to keep him honest over there. Be a beautiful day. Currently 57 degrees here in Sauget. Just a few clouds up in the sky. Compared to last week, where it felt like it was raining the last 4 days of the week. Just some nasty storms rolling through.
It's only going to get warmer as the week progresses too, Callan.
2-1, big hack. You know what they say, April showers bring more May showers. They just happen the rest of the year. It's not exclusive to April. The 2-2 runner taken off once again, strike 3. No throw from Groves behind the dish.
Now batting, number 17.
But Webster will still take it. As Horton gets back-to-back punch-outs. Last chance is the cleanup man, Landon Harbach. First pitch hits him. An open base at first. Jams up the works a little bit for Kendall Horton. And the baton is handed off to Jordan Kelly. First pitch to the lefty. It's in there. Kelly over 2 with a ground out and a fly out. The 0-1 can't find the zone. No action in the Webster bullpen. Coach BK hoping Kendall can go a few innings longer. The 1-1 grounded up the middle, grabbed by Trissel. Touches second for the final out. So Horton escapes another jam. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Score remains a 9-2 Gorlocks. The Gorlocks trying to keep up their scoring streak as they've put up at least 1 in each of their frames. Talon Hutchings leads things off against Rudy Hinojosa, new man on the mound for Blackburn. Over 9 1/3 innings, he's given up 9 runs. It's Blackburn's 3rd pitcher of the game. Imagine they pull out a few more stops from their bullpen as well. The arms are pretty well rested. Mentioned earlier that they were going to play a series against Lyon last weekend. But those games got delayed, and they'll be taking them on later in the season. The last game was on March 31st, where they won a doubleheader against Marantha Baptist. Hutchings will take his base.
Now batting, number 22, Matthew Lanier.
So leadoff man is on for Matt Lanier. First pitch, can't find the zone. Lanier 1 for 1 with a walk. Hippus, the only man in the Gorloks lineup to not have a hit on the day. Already 13 hits through 4 innings. The 1-1 taken inside. Niosa, some solid velocity, just struggling to find the zone these first 2 batters. Can imagine the next few Gorloks will not be swinging first pitch, take until they get a strike. Lanier also up in the count, 3-1. And back-to-back walks issued to the Gorloks.
Now batting, number 27, Ryan Hartz.
Ryan Hartz will be up next. He's already driven in a run today. Did it with 2 outs in his first at-bat. He shows bunt and places a beautiful one down in no man's land, and there will be no play anywhere. It's another bunt single for the Gorloks, and the bases are juiced for James Theodore.
Now batting, number 11, James Theodore.
Theodore has crossed the plate after all 3 plate appearances. He's 2 for 2 with a hit by pitch, 2 stolen bases, a triple. All around excellence. The first pitch flied and foul ground will be out of play. The 0-1 fouled back. Theodore back to the wall, 0-2. Strikeout here would be big for Hiniosa. James has only struck out 3 times in conference play. The 0-2. A good take. Theodore trying to keep his perfect day going. Count 1-2. Popped up on the infield. And there's one gone.
Now batting,
So for the first
number
time
40,
today,
Braden
Theodore
Trissel.
sat down. Trissel will be up next. Bunt single for Trissel his last time up. See the corners creeping in on him. He loads up and it hits him. Oh, no, it doesn't, but it still goes to the backstop. So either way, a run scores. And it's 10-2 Webster. So the plate appearance continues for Braden. See, skies one in the air and left. Tagging up at third, and the ball drops in no man's land. Trissel heading into second, throw to third, will not be in time. The wind not doing the Blackburn defenders any favors out there.
Now batting, number 9.
And it's 11-2 Webster. Lander was the first one to that ball, but had to go over his head to try to make the grab. Just did not work out. So with 2 men in scoring position and still only 1 out, Adam Mosier will step up to the plate. Lanier was tagging up from third on that fly ball too, so an easy run as Mosier gets fooled on that pitch. It's also Trissel's 3rd hit and 4th RBI of the day. The 0-1, another swing and a miss on an inside pitch. Count is 0-2. Here it comes. A good take. Talked about it earlier. Mosier, reigning SLAC hitter of the week. In game 3 of the series against MUW, went 4 for 6 with 3 homers. There's a solid take on the inside. Giving Hinojosa a run for his money. The 2-2. Upstairs. From 0-2 to full. There's an open base at first, but Dalton Groves, the cleanup man, stands on deck. Here's the payoff. That one flown into the Gorlock's bullpen. That'll drop. The AB continues. Still only 1 out. Sacrifice opportunity available. But Mosier goes down swinging. Strike 3 goes into the mitt.
Now batting, the catcher, number 13, Dalton Groves.
Dalton Groves, last chance to add on even more. Already 2 more runs on the inning for Webster. 5th straight frame of runs. The 0-1 in the turf. Good block by Perez. Can't let anything get past you. Both Groves and the man behind him, Nick Wroblewski, 2 for 3 on the day. Wroblewski will be taking over catching duties in game 2. Very likely the best catching tandem in the conference. Both Wroblewski and Groves have had excellent seasons. The 3-1 to Dalton. Given a ride foul. Two men on, 2 outs. Here's the payoff. Another one, same spot. Hart standing at third, Trissel at second. The 3-2. Inside for ball 4. The Gorlocks pick up another walk, and there are ducks on the pond for Nick Wroblewski.
Now batting, number 8, the designated hitter, Nick Wroblewski.
And like we said earlier, Nick 2 for 3. Both hits in the same spot, out and left. The 0-1 is in the turf.
Kind of look at the shift that Blackburn has going on over there. They moved the shortstop into that gap, and now it's just a gaping hole right up the middle.
Yep. The 1-1 finds the zone. Wroblewski in a 2-strike count. All runners will be going on the crack of the bat. Here's the pitch. Taken up high. Wroblewski, OPS-wise, has been the best hitter in conference play for the Gorlocks. Coming into this one, nearly slugging .800. The 2-2 can't find the zone, and you could tell Henioso wanted that pitch. As the count is brought to full. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The payoff. Up high for ball 4. A run is walked in for Webster, and it's 12-2 Gorlocks.
Looks like Blackburn is going to keep Hinojosa out there. No activity in the bullpen, maybe trying to save their arms for game 2.
Well, when he came in, you saw that they had multiple arms warming up. Looks like they'll start it up once again, but you're right. So far has given up 4 walks on the inning. And Reed Hippis try to keep the inning going. The 0-1 fouled. Hippis the only Gorlock without a hit. Trying to put himself on the board. He's got a claw back in the count, down 0-2. Here's the pitch. Taken in the turf, a nice stop by Perez. Hidiosa trying to stop the bleeding. The 1-2 curls in the zone for strike 3. A backwards K for Rudy, but the damage has been done. Another 3 spot put up by the Gorlocks as they lead by 10 heading into the 6th. We'll be right back. Blackburn in the danger zone, down by 10, heading into the 6th. Leading things off is Mazarigos. The 0-1 is fouled off. Wind blowing out hard to center. As the 0-2 is flied into right. Getting under it is Mosier, and he makes the grab.
Now batting, the catcher, Diego Perez.
Kendall Horton entering his 3rd full inning of work. He's only given up 1 hit as he faces Diego Perez. and another Fontbonne transfer. It's been so impactful, not just on the baseball team, but on the basketball team as well. 2-1, can't find the zone. Trying to not lose Perez. The 3-1 swung on, tipped into the mid. And the count is brought to full. Three-two, skied into center. Theodore under it. And he makes the catch. 2 quick outs for Blackburn. So Lander's the last chance on the 6th.
Number 2, Brett Lander.
Horton started 10 games for the basketball team, averaged 17 minutes a game. The 1-0 is up high. And 6 blocks on the year. Very good defensively. He picked up a lot of steals too, 33 steals. That one's drilled into left field. But a nice running grab by Ryan Hartz makes it another 1-2-3 inning as we head to the bottom of the frame. Score remains 12-2 Webster. Jacob Charlson pinch hitting for the Gorlocks. He's facing a new man, Andrew Scroggins. Scroggins over 3 1/3 innings has given up 2 runs. Charleston is replacing Hutchins. An excellent day, went 2 for 2 with a walk. As he grounds one over to the left side of the infield. Despite the glove, there will be no play. It's an infield single for Charleston. Another sub is Ethan Wielt.
Number 30, Ethan Wielt.
Pinch hitting for Lanier. It's very interesting. The Gorlock's lineup is almost set in stone, except for that first base position. We usually see Lanier and Wielt going back and forth at first base. The 2-0 to Ethan. Swung on and missed. But Wielt had some good games in conference play. Over 13 at-bats. He's batted .385. While his slugging is at that same rate. He has had a .526 on-base percentage. Thanks to 5 walks. The 2-2. Taken in the turf. Webster trying to put even more pressure on Blackburn, as the Beavers have to score at least 1 in the top of the 7th to keep this game going. So there's a chopper to the left side, bobbled. Only play will be at first. Throw down will be not in time. Back-to-back infield singles.
Now batting, number 41, Andrew Zenekis.
Andrew up next. Zenekis has had just one chance in conference play, and he made it count. It's 1 for 1 with a double. That one coming against Westminster the previous weekend. He takes a hack, but no dice. Count nothing and 2 to the Eureka native. And he goes down swinging. Scroggins picking up his first K. Look at this, replacing Theodore at the top of the lineup will be A.J. Simmons. The senior, just like Zenekis, has made the most of his opportunities in SLIAC play. 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. First pitch will be in the zone for a strike. The 0-1. That one popped up in foul ground. And an easy grab. All pinch hitters on the inning. Last chance will be Charlie Pelliser. has started a few games this year. The first one nearly hits him. The 1-0. Ripped foul. Pellisier, another Gorlock that can really threaten with the bunt. He's got some wheels on him, too. The 1-1. Curled up high. Charlie 2 for 8 with a double on the year. The 2-1. In there. Blackburn threatening their first 0 spot. Pellisier trying to keep the inning going. Here it comes. Good take. So the count is brought to full. 2 men on, 2 outs. Here's the payoff. That one ripped to left field for a base hit. 1 run scores. Everyone holding up. And the Gorlock scoring streak continues. 6 straight frames with at least a run. The baton handed off to Jonah Taylor.
Now batting, number 7, Jonah Taylor.
First pitch in the turf. Perez has done a good job today of keeping some of those low pitches in front of him. Taylor, like Pellisier, 2 for 8 on the season. Well, Charlie now 3 for 9. Usually see him coming in as a pinch runner. 2 for 3 on stolen bases. The 1-1 chop to third. And the tag will be there. However, the Gorlocks tack on another as Blackburn has just 3 outs to score at least 2 runs. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Nearly a new 9 on the field for Webster to try to close out this game. One man who didn't leave this ball game is Kendall Horton. And, you know, it's got to feel good for him. It was a rough start to the year, but coming in for a long relief, he's done absolutely excellently. 3 1/3 innings pitched. 2 strikeouts, just 1 hit given up. Looking to go 4. Cody Moore up at the plate first. Moore coming in as a pinch hitter. Strike count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chasing the high cheese.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 19, Harley Carney.
We go back to the top of the lineup with Harley Carney. So far, Blackburn has been held to just 2 hits. Carney with 1 of them. As it stands, Reed Hipp is still at third. Zanakis in right, Taylor in center, Simmons in left. Pellissier playing at short, Charleston at second, and Ethan Wielt at first, with Noah Jensen behind the dish. With all those pinch hitters, they were still able to manufacture a run. Thanks to a 2-out RBI single from Charlie. The 1-2. A looper out and right, and will find no man's land. Mosier saves it from being, or excuse me, Zanakis saves it from being extra bases. It's tough with a new 9 out there. It's really tough, I promise
the
you.
only position player that has not changed is Hippis at third.
Yes. But a nice play out there by Zanakis. We've seen some high bounces on the turf today, that being one of them. You don't want anything getting past you, because we already seen today too.
Yep.
Inside the park home run, Little League homer by Dalton Groves. Capped off a 3-run 4th. Kaji down the count, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 Ks on the inning for Kendall Horton.
Now batting,
The last chance.
Andrew Mendez.
Stepping up, and first baseman Andrew. First one up high. Stay tuned after this game. About 45 minutes, these two will face off once again. As the Gorlocks look for the sweep. This game went a lot differently than the first, just over a week ago. Webster taking home a 1-0 victory against Blackburn. Next pitch can't find the zone. That lone run coming off the bat of Reed Hippis. Hitters Runner's count for the first baseman. And he'll take his base. A 5-pitch walk, and the show goes on.
Now batting, number 17, Landon Harbach.
Landon Harbach has the baton handed off to him. First pitch curls into the zone for a strike. Landon, the only Beavers player to drive in a run, is on a fielder's choice, with the second one coming in off the error. The shortstop Trissel. The 0-1 rip to third. Hippis has it. Throw to first is in time. And the Gorlocks take this one by a score of 13-2. Thanks to an incredible long relief appearance from Kendall Horton. I want to thank you for tuning into the Gorlock Sports Network. My name is Kellen Furmanek.
I'm Matt Rumping.
And stay tuned in 45 minutes. Game 3 will be in just a